Marcus's hands trembled as he turned the key in the apartment door. His route had been cancelled, weather delays, so he was home 5 hours early. He'd planned to surprise Jennifer, maybe cook her favorite dinner. Instead, he got the surprise. The living room was dim, lit only by the glow of scented candles. And there, on the couch where they'd promised forever to each other 3 years ago, was his wife Jennifer, locked in a deep kiss with a man in an expensive suit. Their hands were everywhere, her fingers in his hair, his hand sliding up her thigh. Marcus's gym bag hit the floor. The man, tall, polished, maybe mid-40s, straightened his tie with infuriating. Oh. Jennifer's face flushed, but not with shame, with rage. "Marcus!" she screamed, jumping to her feet. "What the hell are you doing here?" He couldn't speak, couldn't breathe. The man he was looking at wore a Rolex that probably cost more than Marcus's truck. My route." The words wouldn't come. "Get out!" Jennifer's voice was shrill, her finger pointing at the door. "You have no right to barge in here unannounced." "This is my home," Marcus's voice cracked. "We're married." "Your home?" Jennifer laughed bitterly, stepping between Marcus and the other man. "I pay for this apartment. It's my price, my start. You make me. This is my house that I'm letting you stay in, and you will not disrespect my guest." "Guest? You were kissing him." "So what?" Her eyes blazed. "What I do in my apartment is my business." "What's the point?" Marcus looked at the man, who stood there with an amused smirk, watching the scene. "Jennifer, please! I said get out, Marcus! Go back to your truck where you belong! Richard and I have business to discuss. What would you do if you came home and found this? Would you leave or fight?" Comment your honest answer, and subscribe for more stories that'll test your loyalty. Richard grabbed his jacket slowly, deliberately, like he had all the time in the world. He leaned down and kissed Jennifer on the cheek, right in front of Marcus. "Call me later, babe," he said, then walked out. Silence crashed down like a guillotine. "How long?" Marcus asked, his voice barely a whisper. Jennifer crossed her arms, her designer blouse still wrinkled from another man's hands. "How long what? How long have you been sleeping with your boss?" She laughed, a cold, bitter sound. "Oh, please. Don't be so dramatic, Marcus." "Dramatic? I just watched you kissing another man on our couch. We were just... It's complicated. You wouldn't understand. Richard and I have a connection. A professional connection." "Professional?" Marcus felt like he was losing his mind. "You were kissing him. So what?" Her eyes flashed with defiance. "Maybe I need more than what you can give me. Maybe I'm tired of being married to a truck driver who can barely pay half the bills." There it was, the thing she'd been holding over his head for 2 years, ever since her promotion to senior marketing manager. "I work 60 hours a week. For $42,000 a year," she cut him off. "I make almost triple that, Marcus. Triple. Do you know how embarrassing it is when my colleagues ask what my husband does, and I have to say you drive a truck? There's everything wrong with it. I deserve a partner who matches my level, someone ambitious, someone successful. Richard gets me. He sees my potential. He's married. He's separated," she snapped, "and he treats me like I matter. He takes me to places you could never afford. He buys me things you'd never think to buy. He makes me feel like the woman I've become, not the girl who settled for a truck driver." The word "settled" hit him like a knife between the ribs. Over the next 2 months, Jennifer didn't even pretend anymore. Richard came to their apartment openly, picking her up for work dinners that lasted until 2 a.m., dropping her off with goodbye kisses Marcus could see from the window. "They're just colleagues," she'd say when Marcus confronted her. "Stop being so insecure about your income. It's pathetic." She started staying out overnight. Work conference, she'd text. Don't wait up. But Marcus saw the Instagram photos. Jennifer and Richard at expensive restaurants, champagne bars, luxury hotels. Her comments were full of heart emojis and inside jokes. When Marcus tried to talk to her, she'd roll her eyes. I'm not giving up my happiness because you can't handle that I've outgrown you. Outgrown me? We're married. A mistake I'm starting to regret, she said coldly. One night, Marcus came home to find Jennifer packing a suitcase. Where are you going? Richard booked us a weekend in Miami. His treat. She didn't even look at him. Jennifer, please, can we just talk? Can we try to fix this? She finally looked at him, and her eyes were empty of anything that resembled love. Fix what, Marcus? You can't be fixed. You're exactly what you'll always be, a truck driver with no ambition. I'm done pretending that's enough for me. Something inside Marcus broke, not with anger, with clarity. Then, I'm done too, he said quietly. I'll be gone by the time you get back. Good, Jennifer said, zipping her suitcase. Maybe now I can finally breathe. Marcus filed for divorce the following week. Jennifer signed the papers with a smile, too busy planning her future with Richard to care about her past with Marcus. She posted photos constantly. Designer bags Richard bought her, first-class flights, a new luxury apartment Richard was helping her afford. The comments poured in, living your best life. You deserve it, Queen. Jennifer felt invincible. Then came the night that changed everything. Jennifer and Richard left an exclusive nightclub at 2 a.m., both drunk on expensive cocktails and the thrill of not hiding anymore. Richard slid behind the wheel of his Mercedes, waving off Jennifer's half-hearted suggestion to call an Uber. I'm fine, baby, he slurred, pulling her close. We're celebrating. He was doing 70 in a 45 zone when he missed the curve. The car hit the guardrail, flipped twice, and wrapped around a tree like a crushed aluminum can. Jennifer woke up in the hospital 4 days later. Her head throbbed. Her body felt wrong. She tried to move her legs. They didn't move. Miss Jennifer, the doctor said gently, you've suffered a severe spinal injury. The damage is significant. You'll need a wheelchair, and I'm afraid the prognosis for walking again is not favorable. The words didn't make sense. Wheelchair? She was 28 years old. She had a career, a life, a boyfriend who... Where's Richard? She asked suddenly. The nurse looked uncomfortable. Minor injuries. He left his contact information with reception, if you need it. Minor injuries. He'd walked away. Jennifer called him 17 times that day. He answered on the 18th. Richard, thank God. When can you come get me? I need, Jennifer. His voice was distant. Look, this is really difficult for me. What happened is terrible. But I can't. I have a life. I have a career. I can't be with someone who's in a wheelchair. Her voice cracked. Richard, I love you. We can figure this out. I'm sorry. I really am. But this isn't what I signed up for. Take care of yourself. He hung up. He never called back. 2 weeks later, HR called. Her boss, Richard's boss, delivered the news with corporate efficiency. Due to your extended medical leave and inability to fulfill your responsibilities, we're terminating your employment, effective immediately. Jennifer sat in her hospital bed, staring at her phone. No job, no boyfriend, no ability to walk. She scrolled through her contacts, friends from work who'd stopped texting, family she'd pushed away while chasing success, colleagues who'd been Richard's friends first. Then she saw it, Marcus. Her thumb hovered over his name. Maybe he'd forgive her. Maybe he'd help. Maybe, she called. It rang 3 times. Hello? A woman's voice, young, happy. Jennifer's throat closed. I'm trying to reach Marcus Chen. Oh, he's in the shower. I'm his wife, Sarah. Can I take a message? Wife. The word echoed in Jennifer's skull. Wife. He'd moved on. Remarried. No, Jennifer whispered. No message. She hung up and opened Facebook with shaking hands. There was Marcus's profile, recently updated. Photos of him in a suit, a nice suit, at some corporate event. The caption read, "Honored to accept the promotion to Senior Operations Manager. Grateful for my team and my incredible wife, Sarah." More photos. Marcus and Sarah in front of a beautiful house with a garden. Marcus laughing, really laughing, at a backyard barbecue. A vacation in Hawaii. A life full of joy Jennifer didn't recognize. He looked taller somehow. Confident. Successful. Everything she'd told him he could never be. The months crawled by. Jennifer learned to use her wheelchair, went through endless physical therapy, watched her savings disappear into medical bills. The luxury apartment became a basic studio she could barely afford. She applied for jobs. "I'll need accommodation for my wheelchair," she'd say during interviews. She never got called back. Her Instagram feed, once full of champagne and designer bags, now showed nothing. She'd stopped posting, stopped pretending. Late at night, alone in her studio apartment, she'd replay every cruel word she'd said to Marcus. Liz Howe was desperately cold. She'd had a good man, a faithful husband, someone who'd loved her despite her flaws, and she'd thrown him away for someone who abandoned her the moment she became inconvenient. Marcus never thought about Jennifer anymore. He was too busy living, really living, with Sarah, who loved him for who he was, not what he earned. They were planning to adopt a child. His career was thriving. His heart was full. Jennifer remained in her studio, surrounded by silence, regret, and the wheelchair that had become her prison. She'd learned her lesson. She just learned it too late. Did karma go too far, or did she get exactly what she deserved? Comment now. Subscribe for more stories that show what happens when you forget what really matters. Some lessons come with a price. She paid it all.